So hey, it's Sean, and this time we're at Dead Format Studios. I'm talking with George Haliski from Driven by Hate.
How's it going?
Thanks for doing this.
No problem.
So in 1982, me and Larry would walk across town to here, and we would sit on your bed and watch you play guitar for, I'm guessing, hours.
Yeah.
And it was 82, so you're probably like 14 or something. And you're already fucking shredding.
Yeah.
When did you start playing guitar?
I started playing when I was 5.
When you were 5?
My parents brought home a guitar when I was 5 years old with an amp. And I picked it up and started, I got a book, learned how to tune it, started messing around with chords. And by the time I was in 5th grade, I pretty much knew everything I needed to know.
Why? Why would they do that? For you, I guess, or to you, or whatever the...
Because I wanted one. My earliest memories of listening to music was listening to like Les Paul and Mary Ford. And I wanted to do that.
Apart from always like imagining you with a Les Paul or not being able to imagine you without one, I never really... I think I ever really caught you listening directly to Les Paul, but it makes sense now. Before I even knew you, I knew of you, and I remember once we're driving around down like Sherwood Boulevard in our big long tuna boat car, and you're just trucking down the street with your Aussie fringe jacket and the hair up to wherever, and I'm like, there goes George.
I'll give you a break.
He's a rock star already. That's
not even close.
But
yeah.
as far as, I mean,
when
you're 12,
around this town,
yeah, when you're 12, and you see the
That's
guy
Sherwood,
walking down
by
the
the way.
street with the fucking fringe jacket. That guy. It wasn't even a jacket; it was a shirt.
I still have that shirt.
You got it before John
I
Bon
still have
Jovi
that
was
shirt.
wearing it. It's
I
like,
still have that shirt.
does it fit?
Barely.
So you get the guitar at 5,
Yeah.
and clearly you took to it like a fish to water. When did you go from, hey, this is neat, fun, I'm playing guitar, look at me, to like, I need to perform, I need to get on stage and get it out to the people? And
Probably about 12 years old is when I realized I wanted that more than anything.
so when you
Because I was riding bikes, I was doing all kinds of stuff, and I was a loner, man, basically, most of the time, and I'd sit in my room and just play. My parents would take off Saturday mornings to go garage sailing to bring me back more gear, because that's where I got most of my gear back then. And I'd sit here from 6 o'clock in the morning, because I'd get up, as soon as I heard that door shut, I'd get up, plug in, start playing. I'd turn it up, call my friends, they'd come over.
did you start writing at 12?
No, I basically I was playing other people's music because I didn't know any better yet. I didn't realize I could arrange songs and how easy it was.
When did you start? Like,
About 13, 14,
no,
maybe 15. I was about 15 when I was writing songs, sitting in the library at fucking high school writing songs.
when when was the first band?
First band was, me, Clint Tipton, Donald Benoit, and John Rucker. That was the first real band. We used to call ourselves Tequila.
And that was probably 83, 84?
That was 84.
And were you writing the songs?
No, we were doing covers. We were playing like Metallica, Iron Maiden. We played at my friend's house, Joe Roberts' house at the party pit. We were basically a bunch of drunk teenagers. Yeah.
Well, that's where the best music winds up starting from.
Yeah.
So when you left out of that, did you start a band and start writing?
No,
shit,
I
or-
joined a band. A friend of mine turned me on to an existing band called Death Trooper. It was out of Tualatin, and they were looking for a lead guitar player. But apparently, they'd already been kind of scouting me for a short period of time. And I just, one day, they called me up, showed up on my doorstep, had me audition for them, and next thing you know, they're showing me their songs. I'm writing leads to it, writing my own songs, bringing the band. And we're no longer Death Trooper, we're now Mantis.
And then how long did you do Mantis for?
Oh God, I did Mantis for like 3 or 4 years. No, we were doing shows at Pine Street. We were opening act. We were did a few headlining shows, opened up for a lot of big people.
Well, how long?
My first gig was with them was opening up for GBH and the Accused.
When did that band fucking call it quits?
Oh God, that was around the time of my unfortunate incarceration in 1990, that band fucking, it was already, hit the wall at that point. That just kind of put the last nail in the coffin.
So when after that, clearly there's no music for a while, and then
there's just me by myself writing stuff, a lot of acoustic tunes, songs that because I realized I could sing at that point, before it destroyed my voice. But yeah.
When you're writing your songs, where your songs are your songs, are they like the deep dark personal? This is in me, get it out, or is it like an observational thing, or is it
Usually, if it's an ad-lib tune,
like
I'm doing
fluffy cotton candy?
No, I don't do fluffy cotton candy. I don't do love songs. I do fucking misery songs usually, or I'll do angst written little ditties.
So is it your misery, or is it observational misery?
No, usually it's what I'm feeling.
That's a band right there, observational misery.
Yeah.
So after you've expressed this misery, once you got it out and it's a song, is that over? Is it gone, or
yeah?
Do you live it every time?
No, I don't live
time
every
you sing
time.
that,
I don't live
or
every time. I end up fucking going.
you write it, you've got it down someplace, it's out of the world, and it's like,
yeah.
woo, I'm over it.
I'm over it, and fucking, and I think to myself, I'm just fucked up enough. There could be a hit song in there.
The power of music.
One song, there could be a hit. You never know.
So you were Sabbath. Got you. Well, Les Paul initially got you started, but then like Sabbath really got the hooks into you.
Got the hooks into me, and then Randy Rhoads.
Randy.
That was basically that was
your guiding light for a long time. Right?
Yeah, and it still is a bit.
When literally I got the first time I moved like close enough to you that you could walk by on a frequent basis. It was like as you were force feeding me Diary and Blizzard, literally just before Bark at the Moon came out, and so it was like
I was in high school then.
Diary and Blizzard, and it was like a crash course of trying to get me into it and up to speed. The way I see it, after you've discovered a band and you've listened through their back catalog, after they release a new album, then it's yours.
Yeah.
Because the music that my mom listened to, that was hers. And there wasn't necessarily like a new Steve Miller album that came out that I could go, oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
But like with Van Halen, when that shit came out, that's mine. I can own it because it's a new one.
Yeah.
You got to study the back catalog a little bit. So that Bark at the Moon was my first Aussie thing like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So after Mantis in the '90s, did you make a band?
Yeah, I had a band. I had a band with Rick. A mutual friend of ours that we grew up with. Then we had another side band too. We had mine and his band was called Small Problems. We had one small problem, didn't have a bass player. Okay, and when we did have, we never show up. Okay, so and then we got another friend of ours who's also a mutual friend of ours who's in a band that we've been in together, Sherwood High, Tim Clark. That's when we grabbed him up and I shoved the bass in his hands. Showed him a couple of notes, a couple of scales, and kicked him into the deep end. Said, "Sink or swim," and he went off to do like several bands after that. But we were known as Inky Dink.
Okay, I have that. For some reason, I have that pick guard. I don't know where the guitar is, but I still have the pick plate for some reason.
I saw that on the wall at your studio.
If I was any kind of crafty, there might be a still shot of it showing up as this video airs. So, who are you ripping off as Driven by Hate? Like, what band do you think you're most like?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I know there's some Slipknot in there. There's a little bit of Robin Trower sneaking out here and there. Yeah, mainly probably ripped off Slipknot. Sorry, Corey.
So what would be a dream show for Driven by Hate to play on? Like somebody's coming through town, we need an opener.
Oh fuck.
And it makes your dream show. Who are you guys on the bill with?
Oh god, that would be Slipknot headlining, System of a Down, and then us opening. That'd be cool.
Bring your earplugs for sure. What kind of side projects are happening?
Well, let's see. I I had a band right before this that it's still kind of on the side burner. Stoner Electric, which is a kind of stoner rock, stoner metal kind of band. It's blues based, in like drop C, real heavy, real powerful. For like being a power trio. And then there's another band, project that me and you and Tim Clark did.
Shameless plug.
In fact, yeah.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
But other than that, pretty much I just
So what's
sit around and write.
what's different artistically between
Like say Sherwood High
Sherwood High and Stoner Electric, and then
Driven by Hate.
Driven by Hate? Because here's my theory before you get to answer it. Like, if I go and walk into another band or start another band and I'm singing and playing guitar and writing, then I think, what the hell is the point? Because that's just going to sound like Lust for Glory. So with all that in mind, what's different between Sherwood High, between Driven by Hate, and between Stoner Electric? Because it's George on guitar and vocals.
But it's different. This is be like rock. Stoner Electric is more of a kind of a power pothead fucking weed metal, and Driven by Hate is just hate.
So is
and whether I'm one of these guys, whether the world hears it or not, I don't really care, because as long as I'm happy and it makes my friends go, wow, hey, that's good, I'm happy there, because I know if I haven't made it by now, it's not going to happen. So I'm not going to do it for that. I'm doing it for me.
I want the world to hear.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having the world to hear.
World.
Listen. No, see me. I'm if I do it for myself, then it comes out better. If I do it for everyone else, I'm not doing it for the right reason.